Hey everyone, this is Chris. I'm here to show you guys how to merge your weekend lighting show. So every single week, our central team creates and resources a brand new lighting show that is timed up and synced up with the worship set. And so I'm going to show you how to load that week by week. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find our top sheet. Now, I'm going to show you where to find this, but in this video, I'm going to be showing you all these steps in accordance with this top sheet. This is the sheet that is resourced on top of the weekend text script that goes along with the show. Every single week this will be here, and every single week this merge step-by-step process will be outlined right here. So in this video, I'm going to be following this to a T, and so that you can do the same thing. So I'm going to remove this here, and I'm going to show you step-by-step how to do that. Just as a heads up, what you're seeing right now is a mirrored view on one screen of what you guys normally do with two screens. So on your location, you're going to have two different monitors. One's going to show the queue list. The other one is going to show the magic sheet. So I've condensed them all into one screen just for the purposes of this video. But just know that this will actually be two monitors for you guys. So on one of those monitors, you will have a menu. So it'll look like this. It'll be a little triangle that you can click and expand into what we call the browser. So in this browser, there's going to be multiple things, but the thing that you are most concerned with is file. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take the show that we're going to grab here in a second, and then we're going to merge it in with your baseline. And so I am on the Rig B baseline currently. On the baseline, you should always be seeing the queue list. That might look different week to week, but as long as you're seeing that and you're working off your baseline, you'll be good to go. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to grab your show. And so that is resourced through Dropbox, which is actually on your graphics computer. So you're going to go over to your graphics computer and then pull up the Finder menu. And so I already have it up here, but you're going to look for LCBC Church Dropbox. And then we're going to go to Weekend Gatherings, All Locations. And then we're going to find the Lighting folder. And then you are Rig B campus. If you were Rig A, you would grab that folder, but really you should only be seeing Rig B. So we're going to go into that, and then we're going to see two files that concern you. The first one is what I showed you earlier, the text script, and that is always a PDF file. And so you can double click that, and I already have mine open, but you'll see this pop up. And so from here, you can go to File, and then hit Print, and then you can ask your location staff where that printer is, but you will need that to merge a show. So like I said, we're going to follow this step by step, and then you can do that on your location. So I'm going to bring that back up here. So that is the first thing that is in Dropbox. The second thing that's in Dropbox is your actual show, and this will always be an ESF file. And so you should see the abbreviation for the series that we're in, and then which week of that series we are in. So we're in week 2 here, and then you should see Rig B 2023. So we're going to grab both of those things, and we're going to copy and paste those. The reason why we always copy and paste instead of drag and drop is because if you're dragging and dropping, you run the risk of removing these files for everyone who's using that Dropbox folder. And so if you do that by accident, then anyone who's at Rig B campuses will not be able to find these very crucial items. So always copy and paste, never drag and drop. So we're going to go over and find our weekend content folder, and we're going to find the dated folder here. And now I've already copied and pasted them here, so you can see we have our text script and our show. And so then you are going to grab this and drag it onto your flash drive. Now I'm just on my computer, but you'll have a designated flash drive that you'll plug into the graphics computer, and then it'll pop up over here. And then you can grab your Rig B show and drag it right on top of there. So now I'm going to show you how to actually merge that show. First thing you're going to do is go to your pop-up menu that is going to be on one of your monitors. So you can see here that there are two monitors condensed into one screen, but you're going to want to find this triangle and then open up what we call the browser. In the browser, you're going to go to File, and then you're going to have two options here that are super important to differentiate. The first one is Open. Now, we never want to use Open unless there's a big issue and we're opening our baseline. Again, our baseline contains all the things that are specific to your campus. But the problem is that if we try to open this week's show, it's going to erase all the necessary things that we need stored in that baseline that we still want to be a part of the show. So instead, we always use merge. So I'm going to click on merge, and then you're going to see two things. I have a bunch of folders here because I'm on my computer, but you're going to see the show file archive, which is the actual data that's stored inside of your console, which your baseline should be stored on there, as well as your flash drive. And then you'll actually see the flash drive that you have your show on. So I don't have a flash drive. I just have this. So I'm going to go down to where I stored this show, and I'm going to double click. Now, we are at the point where it's going to ask you, what do you want to merge into your show? This is super important because, like I said, in your baseline, there are some things that are specific to your campus that are not applicable to others. So we want to keep those things, but we want everything else to be grabbed from that show and override your baseline. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit select all, and then we're going to deselect the things that are specific to your baseline, the things we don't want to change. And so this, I'm going to bring my text script down here for you. On the top sheet, you'll see this step right here outlines every single parameter that you are unselecting. So I'm just going to follow that and deselect those. So I'm going to find Magic Sheets. So there's that one here. And then Patch, which is right here. And this is going to look a little bit different on your console just because I'm on my computer, but all of these things will exist. So we're going to hit Patch. We're going to hit Fader Config. We're going to hit Intensity Palette, Focus Palette. We're going to find Fixture or Fixtures. So let's see where I can find that here. Like I said, they move around. Here we go, Fixtures. And then Submasters, which are the individual faders on your console that you use for house lights and hazer and so forth. And then Snapshots. So these are the things that we've deselected. Those are the things that we want to keep locally. So now we have those. We're going to hit OK. We never want to check yes on the park buffer. Both of these should be empty. All we're going to hit is OK. And that's loading the show. More specifically, it's merging the show. And you can see that our cue list has changed. So now we're going to do, on your keyboard, I'm going to pull up my virtual keyboard. This is a mirror image of what you have physically on your console. But once we've merged the show and hit OK, we're going to hit go to queue 1/1 and then enter. And so you can see that that has queued the first one. And basically what that does is it ensures that you are not on the bottom layer, which would be your baseline, and you're on the top layer, which is your show. So 9 times out of 10, you might not need that. But on that 10th time that you need it, you're going to be happy that you did that. So now we have that, and there's going to be one extra thing we're going to do. And we're going to go and find the the load button. So the load button is going to be right here. And then I'm going to hit enter. And so again, similar to 1/1 and go, that just ensures that your show knows exactly where it's supposed to be picking up. So that is all there is to it. That is how you merge your show. At this point, it's a really good idea just to page through some of these cues just to make sure that all your lights are functioning the way that they should. So I'm just going to open up my keyboard here. Hey, Editing Chris here. Just a really quick but super important thing that I did not mention before is that you will have 3 crucial faders on your console. This is an Element console, but this also applies to an Ion console. You have your Grandmaster fader and your Submaster faders. Your Grandmaster fader needs to be up, or it is not going to send any signal to any fixtures outside of the console. So that is a crucial one. These are your Submaster faders that also need to be all the way up because those are what allows the console to interact with your cue list. So just make sure that all 3 of those are up and ready to go before you do any of this. And I'm going to hit the go button, and you can see that it's switching to the different cues. And what you're going to want to check is making sure that your lighting fixtures are reacting in the appropriate ways. So as long as they're reacting, you don't have to go through every single cue, obviously, but As long as you can confirm that they are functioning the way that they should, you are good to go. So I'm going to hit go to queue, 1, enter, and that's going to take me back up to the top. So that is about it. We've learned today how to import the weekend show to get ready for the gatherings. But if you want to actually learn how to fine-tune some of the aspects of that show, please feel free to check out some of the other videos on our channel. And then if you need anything else in addition to that, please feel free to reach out to one of us on the regional team, and we'd be happy to help you do that. As always, thank you for watching the video.